Sharks? My name is Daryl Spratt, and as you can see, I'm a firefighter. But what you didn't know is, I'm a firefighter who invented his own dessert called Pi-bytes. But before we go on to Pi-bytes, I would like to tell you how I got into the whole concept of Pi-bytes and everything. And here's my story. Hello, Sharks. Welcome to Pi-bytes. Come on in, let me show you around. I know you're probably asking yourself, what are Pi-bytes? Well, let me ask you this question. Have you ever been invited to a party and was asked to bring desserts? Wow, so many different desserts out there, what to bring. This person doesn't like strawberries, this person likes cheesecake, and poor old Jack, he's allergic to nuts. And on top of buying pie, you have to cut it. So you have 2 or 3 different kinds of pies, and you got to cut these pies. You want to cut them evenly so everybody gets a slice. And we all know what a mess that can be cutting pie. Here's your slice. Now, if you're me, I ain't eating that. So what I did was, I came up with an answer to all your dessert problems for those people who like different kinds of pies. Pi-bytes. Here we have, Pi-bytes are gourmet pies the size of large cupcakes. And our slogan is, why buy the whole pie when you can have just a bite? Now, for that same office party, you decide to bring Pi-bytes instead. Jack, who is allergic to nuts, can have the tequila lime Pi-byte. Barbara can have her strawberry lemonade Pi-byte. Damien can have his pecan Pi-byte. And Mr. Wonderful can have his caramel apple cheesecake Pi-bytes. You see how that works? There's no mess, no need to cut. You tell me what looks better. A slice of pie or bite. I'm always going to go with the bite. For as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to own my own restaurant. And in 2008, I had a bright idea of opening up my own tapas restaurant. I said tapas, T-A-P-A-S, and not topless. A lot of people get that confused sometimes. But my wife needed a much-needed surgery to have her thyroid removed, and my insurance didn't cover it. So I took a job in September of 2008 as a contract firefighter over in Iraq. In 2009, my wife had a surgery, and I flew back home to be there. I talked to the doctor, and the doctor tells me they have complications with my wife's surgery. He said the thyroid was so huge, it had wrapped itself around her throat, and it was literally choking her. So what they had to do was they had to cut and they had to pull the thyroid and rip it away from her throat. He said that by doing that, it agitated her vocal cords. So when they took the breathing tube out, her windpipe started to close. So they had to stick the breathing tube back in, and she was on a breathing tube in ICU right now. So I go to ICU, and I'm a firefighter, and I've seen a lot of things, but seeing your loved one hooked up to a ventilator is something you never want to see. I fly back to Iraq after my R&R. A month later, my wife calls me to tell me her father's died. So I ended up flying back home to be with my family, and it was just so much that the following month and a half when I flew back, I finished my tour and I came on home. I wanted to do 2 years or 3 years, but I couldn't be away from my family because they needed me at this time. Well, I didn't have enough money to open up my own tapas restaurant. So I decided maybe I'll do a food truck. Well, one day at the fire station, we had a potluck. I decided to bring up a sweet potato souffle. And I didn't know how to really make one, but I put things together I thought would taste great. So I did that, and everybody liked it. So I decided to try my hand at a sweet potato pie. And I did that. I did a sweet potato pie, passed it out to friends, and they loved it. I had people order my sweet potato pie. So after a sweet potato pie, I was like, what can I do next? I came up with the tequila lime pie. And then I just started building from there. I was out all over the place trying to sell my pies when I opened up. I started selling Pi-bytes out of my car. I was going to food truck festivals. I was going to events downtown. Anywhere that I had a chance to be, I was out there selling pies. And eventually, I ended up opening my own place in June of 2014. I've been open and running roughly right now about 8 months. And in 8 months, I've made roughly $20,000 making pies. And that doesn't even count for the month or two I've been off due to family business. And I'm out here hustling every day with these pies. I started at the bottom, now I'm here. What's interesting about me is that, first of all, I got a chance to fight fire in America and over in Iraq. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then second of all, I don't have any formal training in cooking. And some of these flavors that I put together, I just have a certain kind of knack that I pair odd things together to make them blend well. So I think that is very interesting about me and about my business. Who would have thought that I would take banana pudding and banana Fosters and combine them together and make a cappuccino banana Fosters pudding? My family and friends, they didn't really take to the idea of me opening up my own dessert spot because I couldn't bake. I was terrible at it. I can cook, but when it comes to baking, I just couldn't do it. So I didn't have a lot of the support. But I went ahead and I stuck with it. I didn't drop out. I kept going. And like I said, I started my sweet potato pie. And I just started trying to figure out what tastes well together and things I thought people would really like. And it just came about when they found out that I was serious about doing this whole thing and that I was putting everything I had into it. Then they got behind me and helped push me to get better and better with everything that I do. I mean, I do tastings for my family to come out and try different things, and they love them. They love all the desserts that I come out with. And if there is a dessert that they don't like, they let me know. They're very honest with me, and I thank them for that. I've invested 2.5 years into my company and roughly $30,000, and that's buying equipment, websites, packaging, ingredients, sharks. Now what I'm asking for is $30,000 for 25% stake in my company. With that $30,000, I plan to customize my packaging. I want my packaging so recognized that as soon as you see that package, you know it's Pi-bytes. Kind of like Tiffany's. And then I also want to expand. I want to open up another location in Peoria, Illinois. My ultimate goal is to have Pi-bytes in stores across America. I also would like to have my Pi-byte store in different locations in America because we do more than pies. We also do our own brown sugar green tea, our own honey cilantro lemonade that people really like. And the interesting thing about having this, I'm able to use this as my platform to do whatever I like to do. So you never know, you might come in here one day and we'll do sushi Vietnamese rolls. Or you might come in another day and we'll do pasta, steak and shrimp pasta, chicken pasta. The possibilities are endless. But I do know what got me here. And what got me here is my desserts. Everybody loves desserts. No one I ever met doesn't like dessert. I can find a pie that fits everybody's needs. And that's why I think you should invest in me because I'm a go-getter. I see what I want. I can make things happen out of nothing. I put things together with these desserts that I didn't even know I could put together. All of my pies are different. For an apple mojito, for an apple pie, I made my own apple mojito pie. For cheesecake, I have 3 or 4 different kinds of cheesecake. I have a turtle cheesecake, a chocolate turtle cheesecake, a caramel apple cheesecake. I have a Kahlua velvet cheesecake. There's so many things that I'm able to do being in this place that just lets me be open and be free. And if you invest in me, not only are you invested in Pi-bytes, but you invest in me as well, and you get my time, my hard-earned work. What makes my pies different from the ordinary pie is the size, the amount of freshness that I put into my pies. I try to use local ingredients and love. Those are the things that make my pies different. They're very tasty, they're very unique, and they're also extravagant, all in the same